So my story is about the time I went to Washington D.C. As a part of like a school field trip. My school put together for middle school, like promotion. Um, so basically, I guess there's two parts to like some of the mistakes that I like. There's two mistakes that I made that kind of caused me some embarrassment. The first one is as we get to the airport in Sacramento to leave for Washington D.C., I uh, I forgot my bags, like the typical thing. Like I forgot my bags to at the security like baggage area, and so they actually had to call my name on the loudspeaker, and I had to like run back before my flight left to get my bags, and that kind of like foreshadowed to what would happen later on, which was even more embarrassing. Um, so we fly down to Washington D.C. and as soon as we get to the airport, like we basically they tell us like you have 15 minutes, which really wasn't long enough, but we had 15 minutes to go and get something to eat and be back in 15 minutes. That's when the bus gets here to go where we were gonna go, and so I didn't really know people at the beginning, at the time, and so like most of the kids went off in their like a group and went to like a Starbucks or something and got something really quick. So most of the kids were back on time, but of course, like I was pretty hungry. I remember, and um I went to this like a barbecue. It was like a chili dog place, and I paid way too much um, for my food, and I was determined to actually get my food, um, but it was just taking a really long time. And I kind of realized how much time it had taken, but I was still kind of stubborn and kind of determined to get my food, and because airport food's not cheap, and they called my name on the loudspeaker, and I literally just I kind of thought it'd be all right, like they wouldn't leave without me, but apparently, the airport and my middle school had kind of coordinated the thing together, and so they had a list of kids. The airport had a list of kids that needed to be back on time. That was like kind of independent of my school's list of kids, and so they kind of, I guess, to some extent, my school neglected to make sure that I was there, but the airport actually knew that I hadn't been there, and so they ended up while I was waiting to get my food, they ended up leaving. They ended up leaving me there, and yeah, I mean that was pretty embarrassing. They actually had to like airline called them, and we got it arranged, and they actually had to come back, and I had to, yeah, like it was a pretty shameful walk. It was kind of embarrassing, and it was pretty embarrassing, and I was that one kid that got left behind.